Stay tuned for your weekly news review on STVS.
Good evening and welcome to the news review in English. I'm your presenter, Suzanne Meenaar. The Union of Correctional Officers has filed a petition on Wednesday, August 14th, at the cabinet of President Desiree Bouterse. Union President Gustav Galant says that the members are tired of waiting and that they can't and don't want to muster any more time. Since 2000, there has been no structural approach of their problems, says Mr. Gustav Galant, making the problems within the correctional service accumulate. After the petition was presented at the office of the President, the board of the union, together with the members, retreated to the Moederbond building to hold further consultations with each other. Mr. Galant says further that he has no other choice than to serve the interests of the affected group. He still claims to be in favor of peaceful negotiations with the relevant parties, but by now, many of the prison officers are weary of waiting and they want to extend their actions. Mr. Galant emphasizes that this fight is to promote the position and the valuation of the correctional officers, a fight that has lasted for about 13 years now. The lion's share of the proceeds of the lottery of the Bedrijvenvereniging Sport en Spel, BVSS, will go to the construction of the first day and night guarded jogging and walking trail. The rest will be used for social institutions in the city and the districts, says the president of the board of the BVSS, Percy Oliveira. In the context of the commemoration of 50 years of the 4-day walking tour, AVD, one of the activities is a lottery with first prize a D-Max pickup truck, model 2014. Furthermore, the BVSS unveiled a new logo and launched its website. Also, a special stamp will be designed in commemoration of 50 years of AVD. The Minister of Sports and Youth Affairs, Ismanto Atna, says it is in the planning to design an Olympic-sized swimming pool and to organize a training camp in the interior. The Sport Minister complimented the President of the BVSS for the good work that he has done. The Minister of Justice and Police, Edward Belfort, supports this initiative. Belfort and his colleague each paid 50 Surinamese dollars for a lottery ticket instead of 15 Surinamese dollars, which is the original price of a ticket. The drawing date for the lottery is May 3rd, 2014. To reduce the number of traffic accidents, road users must change their behavior in traffic. This is the message that the Minister of Justice and Police, Edward Belfort, gave at the announcement of the Road Safety Month. Last year, there were 9 deaths during the Road Safety Month. Belfort is hoping that this year there will be no fatalities in this special month. This announcement took place at the J. Lachmanstraat, where a deadly traffic accident took place that took 5 human lives. The minister stressed that the caution should apply not only for this month. This period is chosen because it's the period of the school vacation and traffic is busier than ever. The Road Safety Month lasts until September 15th. Later in the day, the Minister of Justice and Police also handed over vehicles to the police force of Suriname. The vehicles now have a different color. The colors black and white are chosen because this color combination is impartially and symbolizes justice. On the day of the announcement of the Road Safety Month, the 47th fatality in traffic fell in a frontal collision of 2 cars on the Kennedy Weg. The vehicle fleet of the National Army was supplemented by 10 buses on Friday, August 16, that have been donated by the Republic of China. In the presence of Ambassador Yang Zhigang of China, the Defense Minister Lamure Latour, and other staff members of both parties, the buses were handed over. Both Mr. Latour and Ambassador Zhigang, in their speech, laid the emphasis on the bond of friendship between China and Suriname, which has a supporting character. The Defense Secretary also talked about other relationships, including India. Latour pointed out in what stage the cooperation is now. The chairman of the Carifesta Commission, Ivan Granados, apologized to society that not everyone could be accommodated at the Independence Square where various shows were held. The stand can accommodate 9,000 people. Also, on the placing of barriers, Mr. Granados clarified that they were placed for safety reasons and not to exclude persons. With the expansion and renovation of the Petronella Hospital, a complete hospital will come in Wageningen. The clinic of the Regional Health Service, RGD, which is in poor condition, will be turned into a hospital within a few months. There is currently no permanent health care for the inhabitants of this area. This causes more frequent misery in the community. Regilio Dors, youth parliamentarian for the district of Nikeri, who himself comes from Wageningen, says to be happy with the start of this project in his hometown. This hospital is a subsidiary of the Regional Hospital of Nikeri. According to Antoine Elias, director of the Regional Hospital, the local community is involved in the project. For this, there are already agreements running with the academic hospital in Paramaribo to help with the training. This hospital will get 13 units for doctors and head nurses, 2 clinic spaces with waiting rooms, a maternity ward, men and women's section, a pharmacy, and a laboratory. District Commissioner Vet Perkaas Yulman Singh, he expressed hope that with the construction of the hospital, a change will come in the healthcare in Nikeri. He says that he's not yet satisfied with the healthcare in the district. Given the population of Wageningen, a hospital is needed, says Health Minister Michael Blokland. He's convinced that the hospital will bring an improvement within the health sector in Wageningen. The new hospital, which is financed with own resources, should be delivered within 6 to 8 months. According to bus owner Edmond Dundas, the private bus owners organization, PLO, has no intention to solve the problems of the bus owners. The chairman of the organization, John Mahadev Singh, doesn't work on solving the problems they are facing for more than 6 years, says Mr. Dundas. Mr. Dundas has a problem with talks about the subsidy which the bus owners don't get. According to him, it is not a subsidy because the bus owners gave the state an advance. Bus owners earn an average of 75 to 80 Surinamese dollars per day. This is not enough to maintain bus and to provide for their family. Mr. Dundas has no trouble with the policies of the government, but he wants to see that they notify the bus owners, especially about the rates. Mr. Dundas and the other bus owners hope that this problem soon will be solved. At the opening of the Carifesta Symposium, the Secretary General of CARICOM, Irvin Larocque, indicated that it's the first time a marketplace is held during Carifesta. This part of the Carifesta artists, designers, and others are provided an opportunity to bring more development in the field of culture. But also, the promoting of various products should make a significant contribution to development of the Caribbean. Suriname has so far done a good job with the organization of CariFesta, says the Secretary General of CARICOM. On Monday, August 19th, at the opening of the Youth Village, President Desiree Bouterse gave the young people the message to go learn and get entertained. The Youth Village was officially opened by President Bouterse. The head of state and the First Lady, Ingrid Bouterse Waldring, arrived at the SOSA Sporting Compound on bikes, where they were welcomed with brass band music. The Minister of Sport and Youth Affairs, Ismanto Asna, President of CARICOM, Irvin Larocque, MP Melvin Bova, and CARICOM Youth Ambassadors Reinel Enfield and Abigail Misijan also rode on bikes with the President and the First Lady. The idea of the Youth Village came from the young people themselves. The purpose of this is to intrigue their knowledge on a creative and educational way. There were several activities such as craft and art of young people from participating countries. A portrait was made of President Bouterse. Abigail Misijan spoke to those present and told what areas there are at the Youth Village. President Bouterse also spoke to the attendants. He was particularly proud of the Surinamese youth who've contributed to the realization of CariFesta 11. For the head of states, it's important that the current leaders create a framework for young people. This is the first time that so many young people were trained to participate in CariFesta 11. On Monday night, the President presented the Surinamese-born world-famous DJ Clyde Sergio Narain, also known as DJ Chucky, with a decoration, the Commander of Honorary Order of the Yellow Star. He got the award for his world-class performance. The CariFesta Youth Village was till Friday, August 23rd at the Willebrod Akswijk Sports Center, also known as SOSA Sport Compound. That concludes our news review in English. For more information, you can visit us at www.stvs.sr. I'm Susan Mena.